That's true. But I did post the event for
half of an hour was my fault. Half of an hour was your fault.
Is it my fault that you choose to have a retarded laptop?
Why do you always say that?
Listen.
Listen.
Listen. No, you listen.
Listen.
No, you listen.
Listen. Look.
Listen. Linda.
Here.
Linda.
Hey.
Linda, listen.
Karen.
All right.
Ooh.
We're good. We're live.
Use the R
Welcome
word.
back.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. The hard R.
The hard R.
The hard R.
Hard R. All right.
So
welcome back, sir.
Welcome back to Transcend the Monkey.
Thank you.
Nice to have you here.
That's nice to have you here.
It's very generous of you to give us your time.
We're pleasant today. We're going to be pleasant today.
Yeah, for the meantime.
We promise not to fight too much.
We might fight a little bit.
Oh, yeah? It's fun when we fight, I think. Or cringe.
So too.
Either or.
It probably depends on what we're arguing about.
Yeah, true.
It's like, no, pineapple does not belong on pizza.
And you know it fucking does.
Yeah, you're fucked.
Anyways.
You've heard the news. Twitter accepts the offer.
No, what?
For Elon Musk.
Everybody knows.
And the left has absolutely lost their minds about this. They are freaking out at the prospect of freedom coming back to Twitter. It's a starch, not Tony Stark. It's a stark contrast between like when Bezos bought the Washington Post and it was like treated as a good thing, or like a positive. It's like, oh, this is cool, neat little development. Now they're like, this is our threat to our democracy. As Elon's literally saying, yeah, we should probably have free speech. It's kind of like the backbone to a democracy. I think MSNBC posted a video titled, or like a segment that was titled something like how Elon Musk buying Twitter is like a threat to the democracy or a threat to Twitter's freedom of speech. As if, I mean, you're not free to speak on Twitter as it stands.
That's weird. You know what I find weird about like the news, the legacy news media? It's like they're clasping to the last throes of death, right? So what they do is they have shitty viewership, but they seem to have loyal viewership in that shitty viewership. So it's like they'll just placate to whatever those people seem to want to hear, what they think those people will want to hear.
Yeah, and they're like completely wrong.
It would just be so much better for them and their business model to try and stay in the middle, you know?
Yeah,
then you get both sides.
Think,
like you just
you
get.
Would think.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's because it's run by people with very political motives,
and that's why it seems less about money.
It's not about money. It's about narratives and controlling what people think.
Because
so
it's
you can
like
get politicians in.
Yeah, these news organizations.
Well, have you
are more
seen
like loss leaders now.
The conspiracies coming out now about Twitter?
No.
So a couple things have happened.
Well, that's true. Oh shit! Sorry. Go ahead. What were you saying?
They reported their earnings report like 2 days ago or something like that. And in it, they basically admitted, and it shows like for years, Twitter has over-reported their users. They've like counted bots and stuff, so it's kind of like they've been over-reporting. So it might be fraud. Who knows? Really, it's a weird area.
Yeah.
But they with this and a couple days prior. So I'm trying to remember the timeline. They announced the deal for Elon, that they accepted the deal, and then a day later, a whole bunch of right-wing accounts got a huge influx in followers. As well, simultaneously, a bunch of left-wing accounts lost followers. Now, you might want to argue that, well, this is because of the news, a bunch of right-wing people are now going on Twitter, and a bunch of left-wing people are fleeing. Mm-hmm. Which some of that is probably the case, but it doesn't make it's disproportionate. You would expect it to be proportionate, right? Like if you're on the right and you have, say, 1 million followers on Twitter, you might gain 50,000 followers, and then another person with 1 million followers would gain roughly the same, right? 60 or 40. Mm-hmm. But it's not like that. You get situations where
You meant to say lose, like one would gain, the other would lose.
no, I'm specifically talking gaining.
So
you have like two right wing.
Oh, I get it.
With 1 million followers.
Yeah.
And then there's an influx of people. One of them might gain 60, one might gain 40, one might gain 50, but it's all comparable.
Sure. Yeah.
But it's not really working out that way. You get people like Marjorie Taylor Greene gained almost 100,000 followers, which is like it's like a 15 to 20% boost in her follower count, while others were getting like, I think Tim Pool was talking about getting like 50,000, and he's got like 1 million followers. So like it's a disproportionate thing, as well as people on the left, they're losing tens of thousands of followers, where people on the right are gaining hundreds of thousands of followers in some instances. Mm-hmm. So there's a asymmetry there. And so people are saying that also, the other bit of data that was going on was you had a lot of people commenting that they, until that day, they were banned from making an account or using Twitter. Like their phone number was banned or IP was banned, or like for breaking the rules. So they violated Twitter's rules. Twitter banned them, and they couldn't make an account. And then this happens. All of a sudden, now they're able to make an account, or their accounts are unbanned and stuff like that.
Huh.
So
wow.
What might be going on, and what people are suggesting, is that Twitter's deleting the evidence. Elon just bought the evidence, and now Twitter's like, fucking undo all of it, get rid of the overt political bias. So now the right wing accounts have more of a fair shake.
Yeah.
Get rid of the political bans. So now all these people get to go on, and get rid of the bots that they know about.
Yeah.
And hence the left wing accounts losing a bunch of followers all of a sudden.
That seems to that fits anyway. I don't know if it's I don't know if it's the answer, but it fits.
It's weird. It's just a weird set of circumstances that have been going on at Twitter since.
It wouldn't surprise me at all. Like it wouldn't.
No,
wouldn't
with the level of corruption and the incompetency within the company. Did you see the story of? So you remember when Tim Pool went on Joe Rogan with Jack Dorsey and Vijaya, whatever, Vagina Lady.
Vaginally?
Yeah, the brown lawyer at Twitter.
Vaginal
lady.
Yeah,
I think she's. I didn't ask her for her pronouns.
Her name was.
So
oh no,
I don't know.
She's.
She apparently literally cried at a meeting. She was actually in tears. It's not like she's whining about it, and so people are saying, "Oh, she's crying about the word." No. She was in tears.
Well, something triggered her.
Yeah. This is a woman that made $17 million last year, working for Twitter, who's about to lose her job. Probably.
That's why she's crying.
Yeah.
That's why she's crying.
So this is a very scandalous situation going on at Twitter. It's fucking incredible. I'm loving every second of it. Every day there's some news story. Elon Musk is leaning right into it. He went on Twitter and he posted the meme, next I'm going to buy Coca-Cola and add cocaine back into it. I fully support that
That's
move.
pretty funny.
Yeah, because there were a bunch of memes going around where like, oh, Elon Musk should buy this thing and do this. Or I think he commented on one where it was like, now Elon should buy McDonald's and fix all the broken ice cream machines. And he commented, look, I can't do miracles. All right?
Yeah, that's funny.
But,
that one's been going on for a while, that meme.
Well, there's a conspiracy theory about that. That it's about there's a whole like hour-long video that really dove into it, where it has something to do with like the competitors, like Wendy's and the other ice cream machine places. There's coercion going on between these corporations. So at these times in these places, the McDonald's machines they're not going to be working, and so that you would get people to go to these other places. It was a weird conspiracy theory. I don't know. It made some sense.
I'm going to tell you what it really is, because I worked at McDonald's when I was a kid. I'm going to tell you what it really is. You want to know what it is?
I'm waiting for you to tell me. You said you were going to.
Those machines are a bitch to clean.
Yeah.
And nobody wants to fucking do it.
But they say it's because they say that that's a part of it, but it's like that on purpose for this grander thing. But
you know what? All I know is laziness. When I worked there, it was more laziness than anything. Nobody wanted to fucking clean it. So when you worked on the shift, it was employees that did it. I was one of them. I worked a shift. I forget what the name of it was, but I didn't want to fucking do it. So
yeah, so
we had to run the thing through it, the solution through it and shit, and nobody wanted to fucking do it.
So we're gonna react to some videos that Joy Reid has made about this. Joy Reid she's a crazy race lady.
She's fucked.
She's really racist.
I don't know if she's racist. She just makes her money. She just makes her money race baiting. No, doesn't mean she's actually racist. It means that she has no scruples. She has no problem with fucking using race as a way to make money.
She's an actual racist. I think.
I don't know. I think they're all fake. I don't think any of them are really that way. I mean, she could be, but I think she's just as much a chance of her being racist as like Donald Trump. Probably the same.
It's weird.
What are you trying to do?
I just noticed that the live stream isn't showing up on my feed anymore. And so I was just wondering if we were still live. It looks like we are still live. But I don't know what's going on with that. We're already shadow banned. We're talking about this, so we're shadow banned. Oh yeah, it's there. It's working. So
that'd be hilarious if we were already shadow banned.
Yeah, because it's not showing up on my because on my phone for anyone watching. I'm logged into a different YouTube account that's subscribed to this one. I periodically check to make sure, and see if you can see it on your feed.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, okay. I don't know why it
says live.
No, but you went to the channel.
Oh.
I'm talking about like your subscriptions feed where it shows like your latest videos. It should show up at the top.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't?
Well, but I'm in the page.
No, that's not what I'm talking about. It shows up on the page.
I don't know.
But, yeah, it doesn't show up.
This is technical difficulties. That's awesome. Fuck, whatever.
It should show.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
It's there, and it's working. All right, there you go. We'll start watching this video. Rumble's better than YouTube anyway. We're also live on Rumble, but
shout out to Rumble.
Yeah, so we're gonna watch this video here.
Let me take you back to America's Gilded Age in the late 19th century. It was a time of rapid economic growth, but also a period of gross materialism and blatant political corruption. The wealthy grew even wealthier and looked to wrestle control of every facet of human life. One of the most powerful and corrupt robber barons of the time is sitting there at the table, financier Jay Gould. Gould used every underhanded trick from bribing public officials to massively manipulating stocks. He had control over railroad lines and newspapers, and for a time, he single-handedly controlled America's telegraph wires. And with those wires, Jay Gould controlled the flow of information in this country. Fast forward to today. You can make the case we are living in a new Gilded Age, where you have people with extraordinary wealth, like Elon Musk, as Axios points out, looking to follow in the footsteps of people like Gould. And they want to control everything from the courts to politicians to the leading forums for information sharing. And today it became official. Twitter accepted Musk's $44 billion offer to buy the company and put control of this dominant social media platform into his hands. It is not enough for the richest man in the world to try to replace agencies like NASA and send people to near space.
Replace agencies like NASA. That doesn't even. I when I first watched this, I thought that was just hilarious because that doesn't make any sense at any level. Mm-hmm. Like I can't understand how she was hit because one, they're not even doing the same things, and two, what SpaceX is essentially is they're like a contractor for NASA to put things in space. There are other companies that do that already. They're not even like making satellites.
Well, it's just funny, like,
and also she's describing Jeff Bezos.
Well, it's just funny.
But she doesn't have a problem with Jeff Bezos.
Right, Jeff Bezos is fine. Yeah. No, that's
so when
just
Jeff
funny
Bezos buys the Washington Post, citing that he wants that he thinks is important, who's the president. She doesn't care about that.
Yeah, of course.
But when Elon Musk is like, I think people should be allowed to speak.
Yeah.
We should let billionaires control these big companies, these public utilities.
How's he controlling it? He's just freeing it up, really.
Yeah, well, that's control. That's
a
form of control, I suppose.
Ugh, these people.
He also wants to control what he calls the town square.
Twitter has become.
I just want to point out he wants to control the town. He doesn't want to control the town square.
He
No,
wants to
maybe
free
he
it up.
does. Maybe he does. But based on what he says, he just wants to, remove the restrictions within it.
Yeah.
He just wants to be like, yeah, no, we need more freedom. That's not controlling. Controlling would be like, here's how you're supposed to act, and here's how I want people to behave. It's like, that's what they're doing now.
Right.
And he's just like, yeah, let's do less of that.
Become kind of the de facto town square. It's really important that people have both the reality and the perception that they are able to speak freely within the bounds of the law.
Now Elon Musk will own the town square. With me now, Anand Giridharadas, publisher of The Ink and author of Winners Take All, the elite charade of changing the world. So, Anand, my friend, what does it mean for Elon Musk to privately own the town square?
It's such a good.
What does it mean for Jack Dorsey to own it or Mark Zuckerberg to own it? You know what I mean? Like, this is already a thing where certain individuals own these entities. She's acting like it's new.
Oh, I know.
It's like
It's the wrong entity. That's all.
yeah.
If it's the right entity, it's fine.
Analogy, and I love that setup, except I would make one disanalogy from the period you talked about. Those people 100 years ago did not own portals into a billion people's minds in real time, right? The nature of the technology is now such that if you are now Elon Musk or a Mark Zuckerberg or others, it is not just owning a newspaper or owning the railroads and owning this and that. It is specifically this particular kind of straw into the live consciousness of a very large chunk of humanity at all times. There's studies that have been shown that this power can be used to tilt elections if someone were to want to use it that way.
As if it isn't being used.
I know.
For that.
If someone were to,
if someone just were to, like this is what they're seeding in, right? They're like, oh, Twitter's like the most important. Like, I don't. What's the right way to word it? They're citing election integrity.
if money were, say, used to buy things,
but they're citing
Stupid.
election integrity over, I guess, people having freedom of speech, as if like
that's the fear mongering.
As if the fact that you got banned on Twitter for bringing up the Hunter Biden laptop story when it first came out, right before the election, it's as if that doesn't significantly influence the outcomes, but it did it in the right way, according to this guy. Right? So he doesn't care, or if he cares, he's just evil. Or he actually wants to manipulate people in this way, and like he wants
evil. Evil's the wrong word, I think. Just people are like that, right? People see things the way they want to see them, and then they want everybody else to see them the way that they see them. So it's like if I'm the type of person,
to cut the people out.
But if I'm the type of person that I'm so rigid and closed-minded that I can't see things from different perspectives, or you know what I mean, or just from different angles and viewpoints and stuff, then I'm gonna try and make everybody's viewpoint and everybody's angle the same as mine,
right? Through
some kind of control. And I just laugh how these people will say this, like that's an evil thing, which of course everybody would agree that doing something like that is kind of it's a selfish thing, whether it's evil or not, whatever. Because if your intent is like if your heart is in the right place, then I don't think it's evil. It might be misguided. You know what I mean? Like if somebody wants you to do something and they sort of manipulate you to do it because they think that it's the best thing for you. I don't think it's evil.
It's when they know that they shouldn't be. Like what makes it evil is when you know that you shouldn't do the thing and then you do it anyway.
I don't know.
You want the outcome.
I think evil is weird. Is that's a weird sort of terminology for me because you could kind of cite that to like children. You do those kinds of things with children.
Yeah, but children don't know better.
I know, but they assume that everyone doesn't know better.
Right. But what I'm saying is they'll sit here and tell us, that it's dangerous for certain individuals to control the town square, while raving and cheering about the previous individuals who owned the town square who were using it.
I know, but this is what I'm saying, is because they think they're taking the moral high ground. They're like, look, these people are right, so they should control things. These people are wrong, so they shouldn't control things. So it's not an evil thing.
Using the same tactics.
Yeah, it's not an evil thing. It's just a manipulative, selfish thing. It's like they think in their own hubris that they're right about everything, and any other perspective is dangerous. So they have to squash it. You know what I mean? So I don't think it's evil. No, I don't think we're talking about good and evil here. I think evil would be that they were trying to do it to actually hurt a bunch of people. I just think they don't really care if those people are wounded by it. I don't think they're looking at it.
The thing that makes it evil is that they're stepping outside of their own stated moral guidelines. Where, like, to simplify,
it's just hypocritical.
Yeah, but it shows that they know it's it's wrong. I don't think people should throw their beer cans out in the road, and then
you throw a beer can.
Then they go out and they throw their beer can on the road.
That's just a hypocrite. That's not an evil person.
That's not necessarily an evil act.
Yeah.
But it's when you get into things that are actually harming people, like when you are censoring information, you're destroying careers over the wrong opinions, or you're manipulating elections by censoring news. Then it gets into it's a significant enough impact. It's like, okay, we know that it's wrong to do this, because at the prospect of the other side doing it, you flip your shit. But yet you're over here doing. Now, Joy Reid isn't doing. Joy Reid's she's a
race baiting
talking
dumbass
on TV,
head,
right? But it's the advocacy that's
yeah. I think where it comes evil is when people do it, when they're putting other people in harm's way and stuff. Like, so for example, if a government is creating wars just to sell weapons, or to
a journalist reporting the home address of an anonymous content creator.
Because you know that's by doing that you're hoping that that person
posted earlier in the month.
No, I agree, that's evil.
She literally posted earlier in the month, like, if your story causes harassment or whatever, like, you're doing journalism wrong, and you should rethink your whole career. And then she does it, and then everyone, like, did you see the billboard that Tim Pool got? He got a billboard in Times Square that said, Taylor Lorenz docs libs of TikTok. Yeah, it's fucking funny. Hilarious.
That's very funny. But yeah, I disagree with it being evil, but I think I think
we are dealing with evil people at certain levels of this particular issue.
And so what you're seeing right now, and I called it winners take all for a reason. This is the winners take all playbook. First, you just try to make money. That's the kind of foundational overriding goal. But if you just do that, you're going to have regulatory pressure. You're going to have people mad at you after a certain point. You're going to have all kinds of problems. And so what you do is you take the spoils of that money making and you buy political influence in Washington. You fund super PACs. You fund things like the Federalist Society, different approaches that you know well. And then you start investing in rigging the discourse. It's not enough to just rig law and policy. You want to rig the discourse. You want to make sure you control the terms on which people can talk back at you.
Like, he's describing the current state of Twitter. I don't understand, like, how he can't see this as being blatant hypocrisy. Like, I don't understand how he could, with a straight face, say these things.
When you start pushing both sides to the right or the left, they both sound very similar to each other on
it's
different
horseshoe theory.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. They just sound the same. But it's just
they
like
become the same. Right. As you get more authoritarian, it's like it's almost like I had this thought. I don't know, this idea that's been bouncing around in my head for a while. It comes up every now and then, and it's like this idea is like, what is the real difference between the communists and the fascists? Like, we pretend like they're total opposites, like a complete opposite side of the spectrum. But if you bring up the definition of fascism, which I will do here, right now. Fascism is a form of far-right, authoritarian ultranationalism characterized by dictatorial power, forcible suppression of opposition, and strong regimentation of society and the economy that rose to prominence in the early 20th century. So, like, literally take away the term far-right, because that doesn't mean anything anyway. I might as well be saying, like, glub glub. Yeah. That has the same amount of meaning, right?
Much, yeah.
That literally describes communism. It's just less specific. Then, like, communism is a little bit more specific. Like, well, here's how we're controlling the economy, and here's how we're controlling society. And then fascism was just like, maybe there's, maybe this is a less, maybe there's a way to do it that's like less specific, or like we go in a slightly different direction than the communists go, but it's the same thing. So it's like, why are we pretending like these are opposites? I don't understand. I know, right?
We've had these conversations on prior podcasts, and I said that I think they're both the same, just on different sides. Like, it's
but why do we even pretend like they're on different? Like, they're just the same.
Well, yeah, it's true. You're right.
Basically,
but I'm saying,
on the
like,
same
they call it different sides.
Like, what's the difference between the communists and the fascists? Like, I guess the communists are better at mass murder, I suppose. They were just more effective at it.
I don't know.
Yeah, you got like,
I guess,
you got like what, 10 million dead in the Soviet Union, and maybe 100 under Mao. Plus, they have implemented like, what do you have? The Nazis, and then you have Italy.
Mussolini.
What other like fascist governments are there? And there's a lot of,
I don't know. It wasn't
like,
it wasn't what do you call it? Where Gaddafi, wasn't that a fascist?
I don't know
regime.
I don't know if those can be characterized the same, because I think there are other factors.
And I think there's some fascism going on down. There was anyway, down in South Africa and stuff too, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think that was socialism. I don't know.
Yeah,
though.
maybe, I don't
See,
know.
this is why they're like the same thing. It's
yeah,
hard.
exactly.
You don't know. And pretty much all of, like Hitler and Mussolini, they started out as socialists, and then they kind of evolved their ideas from sort of Marxism and socialism. They're like, this is basically the only
like communists looked at it and they went, oh, this is a lot like us, but we don't know. But call it something else.
It's just call something else. Yeah, we're not that.
It's
different.
really bad, and then point at it being so bad. So then people look at us and go, oh, that's really bad. We want.
If you want nightmare fuel, have you seen the Joe Biden is instilling a ministry of truth? No. It's like he's reading 1984 and he's like, this is some good shit. And then somebody posted on Twitter, it's like, here's a list of leaders that have had the Ministry of Truth, and it's like fucking, it's like Joseph Stalin, Joseph Goebbels, Adolf Hitler, Joseph Biden. Yeah. I mean, it's true though, right? Like, that's actually a terrifying term.
I almost feel bad for Biden, because he's not there. I don't think he's all there, and he's just being.
He should be like.
It
should be like on a ranch somewhere, a nice big place where
it's
you
like
sit
somebody
on the
took a
porch
big shit in a retirement home, and then
On
Joe
your bed?
Biden's over there sitting over there, and they go, it must have been him, and Biden's just going, oh,
Did you see him try to shake hands with nobody?
Did I do that? And then everybody blames Biden for the shit, and it wasn't Biden. It was just.
Did you see him try to shake hands with nobody? That video. Where he, like, there's nobody there, and he goes to, like, shake their hand.
You sure it wasn't edited or like talked or
it was
no?
like it was like a live thing. And he like turned to shake a hand of somebody who there was nobody around him, and people were like, Joe Biden tries to shake the hand of a ghost, and then there's like Snopes or somebody did a fact check. It's like false. It's like the video's right there. Like, the false. Joe Biden did not try to shake the hand of a ghost.
It was a specter.
He just didn't know what he was doing or where he was.
Yeah, he was confused.
All right.
Right.
I'm curious what the safeguards are at Twitter after this acquisition. Do people get to read the DMs of the leading dissidents and journalists and regulators in the world? I have DM'd over the years with people who work in governments.
The NSA is doing this.
Hey, but look at the thing at the bottom. Musk says he's buying Twitter to promote free speech.
Yeah,
they gotta put that in fucking in quotations.
Because they have to pretend like they're in favor of free speech, because pretty much everybody is. Yeah. Right, and that's why I remember when Elon Musk posted. We might look at some of these replies later, because it's a good fuel. I have his Twitter pulled up, but he posted this statement. It's like, what I mean by free speech, right? And in the comments, and then he I think it was in response to a tweet that Ben Shapiro posted. He responded something like the antibody reaction. Hold on, bet you I can pull it up really quickly. But it's something like the antibody reaction of the left from these free speech, or from the prospect of free speech, is telling, or something like that.
Breaking news. This is breaking news that Musk says he is buying Twitter to promote free speech. It's breaking news. Yes, we broke it. We broke this story.
It kind of was breaking news when the deal came. I don't remember.
No, I'm just saying when it says Musk says he's buying. That's breaking news that he said he's buying it because he's promoting free speech. Okay, it's breaking news.
Yeah, exactly.
Fuck. Who watches this shit? Well, we are. Technically, we are.
Yeah, but not really. We're not giving our views by looking at this. It's
we're watching
old people stuck in the old way. Okay, I can't pull it up, but
whatever.
Yeah, he basically said that the antibody reaction of the left at the prospect of free speech is like really telling. And I was looking at the replies, and somebody posted this thing. Is like, we're not afraid of free speech. We're afraid of hate speech.
Yeah.
And I was reading that. I'm like, the statements, I'm against free speech and I'm against hate speech, are synonyms.
Yeah.
They mean the same thing. Yeah. The entire ethos of free speech is that I
can say whatever ugly fucking thing I want to say.
Not just, but it's specifically the things that I don't want you to say.
Yeah.
The things that offend me, that I think are wrong, that I think are dangerous, whatever. It's specifically, you have the right to say the things that I don't want you to say. That's free speech. Mm-hmm. And these people are like, no, we like free speech, just not speech we don't like. It's like, what?
Yeah, they don't even understand what they're saying.
No, they're idiots.
Puppets.
People who have critical positions relative to all kinds of authority. I'm curious, what are the safeguards preventing the world's richest man? I'm sure there are some. I'd love to hear what they are. But this is truly the winners take all world, where not just, as you said, not just one form of power, but every form of power is used to purchase the next, and up to the point where we are fully encircled and democracy itself is suffocated.
And, I would doubt that there would be very many safeguards. I mean, Elon Musk calls himself a free speech absolutist. Well, first of all, that's BS, because he has a long history of literally threatening to sue bloggers who say things he doesn't like about him, or who post things about Tesla that he doesn't like. His history is that it's
what she gets very wrong, and there's another post where she says something in regards to this. It's like she's conflating like free speech with, first off, Elon Musk
slander.
Yeah, like Elon Musk's free speech thing is like within the confines of the law. So like, his idea is that, look, if the people don't want certain speech to be allowed, you do it through government. You pass the laws, and that's kind of his stance on this whole thing.
Can't have a company
when you're
arbitrarily
lying about a company, and you're actually doing things that are defamatory and harmful to a business, that's very different. Like, that's very different. So that's not being against free speech, right? Being against free speech would be if he threatened to sue somebody who posted something critical of Tesla. Like, I bought a Tesla, and I really didn't like it, so I think Teslas are shit.
Yeah.
If Elon Musk started to sue that guy, well, yeah, that'd be hypocritical.
Yeah, of course.
But the guy who says, I bought a Tesla and it exploded and destroyed half the block,
exactly.
That's not true.
free speech, sure, but don't say anything about me I don't like, because I will sue you. He also, I think, is showing, I think it's a tell, and I don't know if you agree with this. The right has made multiple attempts to remake Twitter. They've had Getter, which I'm sorry, it does sound like a porn name. They've had Parler. They've had Gab, which is full of Nazis. They've had all, and it never works, because the thing is, they don't want to talk to each other. They want to talk to us. They want to talk to the culture. They want to.
This isn't true. They want to be in the town square and given a voice. And Twitter's the first in, best dressed. And so when you make an alternative, it just doesn't work because everybody's already on Twitter.
Yeah.
Right? And then you get like fringe. I don't even mean fringe and like politically fringe, but like you get more of a niche group of people going to the alternatives, more in the know, kind of be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go over here where these people are. It's just not the main public discourse.
If they were where Black Twitter was not, they would be sad because they couldn't attack Black people. Elon Musk tweeted today.
They're sad that they couldn't attack Black people.
Yeah, because everything's racist.
Everybody's a racist.
Everybody's a racist.
Everybody's a racist. Everybody I don't like is a racist. Everything I don't like is racist.
Yeah.
And all the problems of the world are
Well, did you
racism.
know that now because Musk owns Twitter, it's racist? You didn't know that?
There were actual articles or people posting that exact thing where it's like the support of white supremacists for Elon Musk bringing speech is there something like that is fucking
Well, listen, you can't say anything about it. You're a white supremacist.
apparently.
So am
have
I.
you seen the color of my skin?
Yeah, I know.
And I am better. I am better than you.
Well,
so
obviously
that means I'm a white supremacist.
Yeah, like you're a little whiter than I am, so that I think.
Stressed. This is AOC saying this. Tired of having to collectively stress about what just went on the screen there.
I don't know.
Did you just? We're still live, right? Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Tired of having to collectively stress about what explosion of hate crimes is happening because some billionaire with an ego problem unilaterally controls a massive communication platform and skews it because Tucker Carlson or Peter Thiel took him to dinner and made him feel special. Elon replies, "Stop hitting on me. I'm really shy."
He's funny, man. He's not as good. He's not as good in like social situations because he's got the touch of Asperger's. But when he writes stuff, it's funny.
Oh man, the guy like he's there's something very special about Elon.
Yeah,
I
think his
we
brain
might
just
have-
works a little faster.
Hold
But
on.
socially, I think he's a little bit behind. That's all.
Yeah, there's always trade-offs.
Oh, yeah, of course.
To that kind of
Has to
that kind of brilliance.
I've said that. Like if somebody's brilliant in one way, they're probably gonna.
There's something.
Yeah, maybe they're
like if they're lucky, they'll maybe just not be very athletic.
or something like that. Yeah. They're
Sometimes they get like an extra hand.
Well, the athleticism would be a natural trade-off because chances are somebody who's brilliant like that's doing a lot of reading, doing a lot of different things
Right,
like that.
instead of
You know what I
spending
mean?
time
So
sort
they're
of
not
being
really spending
active.
time doing the thing. But I mean,
Yeah.
and it would be a trade-off as well for like social skills and stuff because again, they're probably not spending a lot of time with other people and
Hold on, I forgot
in
to
social.
check. Did
you know.
AOC respond to Elon?
That's funny.
I can't tell. I cannot tell.
He just said that one thing, right?
Yeah, it was just a response to her post. All right, well, let's get back to this.
I hope that even my worst critics remain on Twitter because that is what free speech means. Charles Blow had already beaten him to the door and said, I'm done. Lots of people were trying to get on Counter Social today because Counter Social is actually moderated. It doesn't allow people to attack people. Do you see this as a tell that they can't recreate Twitter because Twitter, without us, without the regular people, isn't useful or entertaining to them?
Oh my God! Like seriously, you fucking retard! Without us, without the regular people.
Joy Reid, the regular
Yeah,
person.
yeah, you're the regular person.
What's your salary? Like $15 million a
fucking
year or
clown.
something stupid? What is Joy Reid's salary?
It can't be that high because she's on a garbage network.
Yeah, but
such a
one of the
clown.
reasons they're garbage is they pay people like this an insane amount.
What a clown! Ugh. God, I hate people that.
Joy Reid's salary.
I hate people that.
$12 million per year, man.
Yeah, that's sick.
A year. $12 million a year to do that. Can I have her job?
I guess so.
Can I do that? I could do that for like 1 year and then just fuck off.
That's our viewership. It's got to be garbage.
I mean, yeah. All I know, I have no idea what the numbers are, but I just know that people like Tim Pool are out fucking pacing her.
They are outpacing her, said?
Oh yeah,
I thought you said
outpacing like people like Joy Reid. I think
yeah.
Tucker is maybe the only person that gets comparable viewership to Tim Pool's show.
Yeah, I think he gets 3 million or so.
Yeah, I don't know exactly, but
it's because he's more centrist.
Tucker Carlson is doing the YouTube thing on national TV, which is he's more being I don't want to say he's being himself, but he's being more true to like what he thinks and what he thinks is true, and kind of having the conversations around that. Whereas these people, like I don't know what they're doing. I just don't get it. They're being blatantly hypocritical. There's no way that they don't see the hypocrisy in the things that they're saying.
Well, she has 12 million reasons to protect it.
Yeah,
she'll say whatever the fuck you want.
Well,
I
guarantee, and that is probably what it is. I bet you a lot of that paycheck is like you say what we want you to say, and she's like, man. Okay, yep, I'd do it.
She would say any fucking thing written in front of her. Whatever she was told to say, she'd fucking say it.
12 million a year, I'd do it. Honestly.
She's like Ron Burgundy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't type a question mark in there. I'm Ron Burgundy? Oh, who put a question mark in there? You know he'll read anything in front of on the teleprompter?
That's her. That's right. Fuck.
Fuck you, San Diego. Oh no, go fuck yourself, San Diego.
Go fuck yourself, San Diego.
I think that's very true. And I also think this free speech issue needs to be unpacked, because like a lot of issues promoted by people like this, the actual thing they're saying is not the actual issue. So the actual issue, I think, there is a feeling that people like Elon Musk propagate, and it's certainly widespread on the fascist right today, that this is a time of censorship and control and suppression of ideas on the right by these social platforms and other institutions. Well, what's actually been going on is that there have been modest, pretty inadequate, modest, slight efforts by some of these platforms to solve an actual free speech issue, which is that so many human beings feeling so unsafe and being so unsafe when they use these platforms, being bullied.
Someone on the internet said mean things, so my safety is at risk. Mm-hmm. Well, that's what he's saying. That's what he's saying, and he's quite literally saying that the censorship that's been going on has barely been anything. Well, it's hardly been enough. We need more of this.
Twitter's no longer a safe space.
Yeah, Twitter isn't a safe space.
It's very dangerous now. It's
a
minefield of
a safe space.
It's a minefield of hurt feelings now.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like my feelings.
They should add.
I'm not even on Twitter, and my feelings are hurt.
Twitter. Elon should hire me to fix Twitter, because I think what might solve a lot of this issue is if you
create actual safe spaces.
You put a little button.
It says safe space
on a thing.
Yeah.
That I don't know what you would call it, but it would block an entire user's post if you don't.
I've been triggered.
Saying.
I've been triggered.
I've been triggered. The I've been triggered button.
Yeah, you hit the I've been triggered button,
and so you don't see anything that person has to say
suddenly
ever again.
Suddenly, like a big bubble wrap.
So that person
goes around you
on the other side of the country.
Yeah,
he can't hurt you anymore.
Or she. Hey, listen. No, non-binary.
Listen,
non-binary.
Women are queens.
Yeah,
and they don't ever do wrong ever.
Well, listen, non-binaries are queens.
Well, non-binaries are. What would you?
I'm non-binary.
Yeah. You have a vagina?
No, I just don't. I don't think my penis is a male
penis?
appendage. Okay.
Yeah.
I prefer to think of myself. No, it's a unisex penis.
It is closer to the size of a clitoris than like an actual penis.
I've been triggered.
The screen just pops up. It's a soundproof fucking barrier. It just comes up.
I don't want to hear these words anymore.
These words are hurtful.
Oh, they've hurt me. I've been hurt. All right, let's finish this video without interrupting it anymore. This video is going on forever.
It's only got 2 minutes left.
Yeah. Okay. Let's finish.
Well, the point is to comment on it.
Yeah. But let's finish it. Let's let it finish. I don't want to see these fucktards anymore. All right. Ready? Play it.
Tucker has creative freedom over his material like no other mainstream reporter. It was part of the deal with Fox when they got him back from Daily Caller, which, that is
true.
That makes a lot of sense as to why he is...
That is totally true. And it's why he's becoming more and more popular. In a time where it seems like... In a time where it seems like people are being fed a narrative, whether he's doing it, like, I'm not going to say that Tucker isn't feeding a narrative. Maybe he is. But the way he does it, at the very least, seems like he's just asking questions about absurd fucking shit. Yeah. And most people, I think most people would sort of relate to it in some way. They would look at it and go, okay. I mean, that's a fair question.
They can see a human being trying to have a conversation around a topic.
Yeah.
Whether they think he's right or wrong or has, doesn't have all the information or is misrepresenting, whatever, they see a human being trying to have a conversation. This does not come off like that.
No.
But
being harassed, being brigaded, being doxxed for the crime of being female or of color or
like Libs of TikTok?
There you
go. That you were actually drastically limiting the amount of speech out there because people just don't want to play in that kind of sandbox. And these platforms have understood that and have made faint, modest efforts to address that by saying, let's not have as much Nazism on the platform. Let's not have as much misogyny and bullying. Let's still have a lot of it, but less. Anyone who's ever actually reported a tweet knows that it almost never still is shut down. But they've tried. And this is what's called censorship. Elon Musk lives in a world in which...
Yes, that is censorship. Because even if you are... even if you are being a horrible, horrible human being, saying terrible things, mean things, threatening, even to the extent of threats. Although we might argue that maybe you should censor actual threats.
Oh, you should. I think you should.
It's still censorship, and he's acting like no, it's not censorship because I think it's good. And censorship is
like actually, you know what? I'll rephrase. I don't think we should censor actual threats. I think we should take them serious. So if somebody threatens someone, that's like a real threat on Twitter or something like that, I think it should be treated as a break of law.
The police.
Yeah.
The tweet should be evidence.
Yeah.
The person should be,
Yeah, I don't think they should. I don't think they should actually censor it because then you could basically be hiding the fact that somebody wants to hurt somebody when they're going to very openly tell you they're going to do it.
Yeah.
So I think you're actually...
And the other thing that these people don't want to engage, which is the fact that the vast majority of the time it's empty. Feels like maybe it's just like my generation, and you probably witnessed this too. But you ever go into a Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 lobby? When that was the game.
Not really. No.
It was fucking nuts, man.
Yeah.
The listen.
Whining?
How old was I? I was like 12 years old, 13 years old. That's where I learned all the swear words.
Oh, you mean like that? Yeah.
I learned all the swear words. I learned all of the insults. You learned it in the Call of Duty lobbies.
Yeah. My ex-girlfriend's
it was crazy.
Son would play online games. And you just hear him, just fucking cocksucking.
Yeah.
Like he was like, holy shit! And I'd hear him, and then I'd go into his room, and he'd have his headset on, right? And I'm like, are you fucking stupid? Like I can hear you yelling all this cursing. The kid's 12. I go, yeah, wait till your mom hears you saying that shit. She's just gonna come fucking smash your PlayStation, you idiot. But yeah, the kids.
But that's what goes on. That's what goes on these went on these platforms. I don't know if there's a lot of censorship now in online games. I haven't really played any really in a long time.
I don't know. Yeah, they put all these things on them where you can report people and stuff. And,
yeah, but I don't know if they really take action because that existed then too.
No, they take action. They take like this broad stroke action where it's like you get a report against you and it's like bang, your account's banned.
Then you got to appeal it,
right?
And
that's what I mean.
They
and
look
the
at
appeal
because it is easier that way. If you got to think about the number of reports that come in versus the number of people.
The appeal process is so ridiculous. It's like you really are guilty until proven innocent on something like that. and whatever. I mean,
It's usually like that on Twitter.
yeah.
And
Well, yeah,
these
of
platforms,
course. They
it's
kick you right
very
off.
much like that.
Done.
And then
Bye.
it happens a lot of times. They were bringing this up. Tim Pool was bringing this up that they a lot of it is the algorithm. So, and what he thinks, this was his theory, is that the algorithm like just picks stuff up and just automatically bans like certain, certain comments about certain things or whatever, right? If you were to say certain things about the election, maybe it would just get flagged and taken down right away.
And that's what I mean. What's funny about it.
But then every now and then you get, the people like me and you, we just get wiped out. We just get right away. Yeah. So you get a lot of these low level people that, not even just just regular people who don't have massive followings, they just get kicked off instantly. And then every now and then it gets somebody with an actual following, and there's a bit of backlash. And what does Twitter do every time this happens? They say, "Oh, oopsie,
yeah,
that was a mistake. We didn't mean that." And then they reinstate the account. So obviously they didn't mean the ban. But that shows that there are probably a lot of people for everybody that got banned. And then there was a little bit of outrage because, like, why did this person get banned? They shouldn't have gotten banned for that. And Twitter's like, oh, yeah, that was a mistake. And then they reinstate the account. For every person that happened to, there was probably thousands of people that just got banned who had no means to get their account back because they're just getting swept by some algorithm, which might also partly explain why you have this influx of followers all of a sudden as Twitter is deleting the evidence, probably. Just turning off all of the bias things, getting rid of it. Like,
now all of a sudden, automatically, all these accounts start just popping up again.
Yeah.
Which the only kind of free speech is white men feeling free to say whatever the hell they want. And what he doesn't understand, what a lot of those folks don't understand, is speech is actually freer when everybody not only has the opportunity to have an account and able to afford a phone to be able to tweet.
This is literally what Elon is advocating for.
Yeah.
What?
It's so weird. It's so weird when they say it and they go and they act like it's like that thing. If you see something happening and it's a good thing and you were kind of against it beforehand, you try and get ahead of that thing and act like you were always on that side of it. It's like what they're doing now. It's that what's that? There's a term, not gaslighting. It's not gaslighting.
No, gaslighting.
Yeah, it's
something. Gaslighting
else.
Is like me accusing you of something that you know you didn't do.
Yeah, it's no, I forget what the term is, but there's a term for that.
Is it like no? It would be a strategy, right?
Yeah.
So,
I
don't know.
I know. It'll come to me later, of course, when it doesn't matter. But anyways.
You're going to be laying in bed in like
and I'll
6
be like,
hours.
oh, it's that. Put an edit on the video. I'll leave blank, blah, blah, blah. And then so you can put it into that blank space later. Yeah, it's a weird thing. And then the people that do that kind of thing, they'll act like they were always that person. You see it in arguments with people and shit all the time where you'll have an argument. They'll vehemently disagree with whatever you're saying. And then later they'll have a come to Jesus moment and they'll go, oh, oh shit, they were right. And then if it ever gets brought up again, they act like they had that position the whole time.
They believed it the whole time.
And you go, no, you didn't. Fuck you, you did. You said the opposite.
And then, but then when they say, no, I was saying this the whole time, that's gaslighting.
Yeah, exactly.
But can feel safe, can know that they're not going to get harassed, can know that they're not going to get outed, can know they're not going to get piled on.
To know that they're not going to have their opinions challenged is what he wants.
Yeah, well, exactly.
By the kind of astroturfed stands of some very rich man. And this future in which there would actually be more abundant and equitable speech terrifies the...
What is equitable speech?
I don't know. I don't know.
No, that's a terrifying term that just entered the conversation now. Now people are talking about equitable speech.
Stupid. Equitable anything
is retarded.
Seems
are retarded.
Yeah.
Unless you have like Utopia where we're just like building like it just there's fucking any we got matter fabricators. Okay, fine. But that's like the end result of capitalism is true and proper equity. But obviously the communists, they just want to like redistribute all the money because that's going to do something.
It goes against all human nature, though.
Yeah.
It really goes against all human nature because we
unless you build matter fabricators and then you have matter fabricators.
Even then, I think it would go against our human nature because you'd have people that just no matter what, they hated other people and they'd be like, "Fuck that person! Yeah. I don't want them to have everything, so I'm gonna somehow find a way to take it from them."
What I think would happen is it'll just move into like a digital space. It'll be more like people becoming sort of good at a certain thing. You have like the musician class where it's like all about status and music, and then like the athletes, video games, whatever. And there'll be such a wide variety of things, right? Like there's a million video games, so everybody will have their thing that they're better than other people at, but that will become like that'll be the outlet for that.
That's our Gizzo friend saying. I'm guessing he's made a comment. I like his comments. Smart cat.
You should just pull up the video on your phone and look at the comments.
We should just make him like a what do you call it? Like a ghost member of our podcast here.
Kind of is. No, you just said most threats are illegal, bomb threats, etc.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter the platform you use to deliver it, and which is why
it's completely
you probably just shouldn't be like banning people.
And that's what I mean. But exactly. So like the fact that you're controlling that or trying to ban these kinds of things, I don't want you to do that. I want to know these fucking people. I want to know where the threats are coming. If they're stupid enough to put it, it's like someone who's going to threaten you via text or write you a letter or something. You're like, you're a fucking idiot. Like it's the people that do it covert, like maybe they'll call you knowing that you're not like ready to
well, like if I wanted to hurt you, like you'd never see it coming.
Yeah
why would I project it?
I wouldn't.
Why would I give away every advantage I have?
I want you to prepare for it. I'd be like, hey, please take all the time you need to prepare for this,
and just let me know when you're ready, and I'm gonna try to hurt you.
I'm gonna punch you straight in the face, and it's coming at 3:00.
3:00. Be ready. 3:00.
Let's sync our watches right now.
The crap out of people like Elon Musk.
Indeed. I mean, there was a time when anybody who was Jewish on Twitter, if you expressed views that were anywhere to the left of Donald Trump, you would get the into the oven response almost immediately. And these people literally follow you so that 10 seconds after you tweet anything, you get the monkey attacks and it's a constant assault. And without the ability to assault, they're not entertained. They're not entertained.
Correct.
And so they want to abuse. And in their mind, that's free speech.
They're using the terms assault and abuse to describe letters on the internet.
Mm-hmm. I know. But you got to remember, like
these people care so much about what a person that they've never met before, who lives on the other side of the world, whom they're never going to interact with in any way other than in this moment right now when they're reading your comment. Like they give so much shits about that.
Well, we created a soft society of people that are offended easily by everything, right? It was, we used to say when we were kids, or at least I did when I was a kid, it's like sticks and stones. You know what I mean? Like, okay, like so what? Say whatever the fuck you want. Like, I don't know. And people made fun of me all the time. Fuck, man. I was made fun of. Exactly. I was made fun of for my height. I was made fun of for
your stupidity.
Yeah, my ugliness.
Your ugliness.
I smelt funny.
You could have just showered.
This is a real thing, though. Like in grade 8, when I started grade 8, so I'm 13 at the time. 12, actually. I was turning 13.
I think grade 8 is 12 into 13.
I was turning 13. Well, it depends on where your birthday falls, right? So my birthday is November, so
yeah,
I'm a late birthday. But anyways, when I started grade 8.
You would have turned 12 in grade 8.
I was turning 13 in grade 8.
I turned 13 in grade 8.
I turned
and
13.
I'm in March.
Well, maybe you
started grade 8 ends.
You might have started at a different time, but I'm saying, so I was...
No, that's not how that works. Yeah. The school year has always started at the same time.
No, but I'm saying if you were younger or something, if you started a little younger, or I started a little older, maybe I went into grade 1.
It was still all. I mean, that's possible, but it's still the age groups are generally the same.
Anyways,
it's the same year.
So my point was though that because I actually started I started grade 9 at 14, or I was 13 and 14. I was just turning 14 or something. Anyways, but my I don't even know what the fuck my point is now. You made me lose my point.
You're getting made fun of in grade 8
Yeah.
for something.
Anyways, no, when I started grade 8 with literally one set of clothes. I had one pair of pants and one shirt. And I would literally hand wash them in the tub. Because I ain't getting into my family situation. But anyways, but I did that for like a week. But I was clean. Strangely enough, I was a clean kid. I would wash my shit. And I would hang it to dry, and then I would wear it the next day. And I remember this kid tried making fun of me. Well, a couple kids tried to make fun of me. One of them I beat up. But I just learned to be tough. I was like, fuck yeah. Like, imagine a kid now being made fun of for something like that.
Oh my God. It'd be the end of the world.
They would probably kill themselves.
Yeah, they probably do.
Yeah, exactly. If I threatened to or killed myself for all the fucking bad shit that happened to me, man, I would have killed myself like 50 times over already. If
you had any balls, you would have.
Exactly. I don't have any balls. That's the problem.
Pussy.
Yeah, it's like it's a circular thing, man. I'm a pansy.
Yeah, absolutely.
I can't bring myself to the to do it. Like, I'm scared of myself. I'm scared of myself. All right, finish the video. Fuck.
As you said, because a certain type of person must be able to harass you. Baby, no, you don't have the right to harass anybody. People can leave. They can choose to not be in that space anymore. And
problem solved. There you go. What are you upset about? Because they can do that.
Well, no, I can't leave.
Yeah, I know, right?
What do you mean I can't leave?
I can't just leave.
Oh my God.
I can't just block you and not engage
I have
with you.
Followers. I'm kind of like a big deal in my sphere. Like people
if I block you, I don't have anything to complain about.
Listen, people are expecting my words. When I put my words out there, they're powerful. People can't live their day without my words. Okay, so seriously, I cannot be silenced from Twitter. Okay, just play the video.
And some people will. I can tell you, look, if y'all want to follow me on Counter Social, I'm at Joanne Reid. Okay, I'm just going to throw that out there. And I don't own nothing of it. I'm getting nothing for saying that. I'm just saying there are other places that people can go. Anandgear.us. Thank you very much. Still ahead.
She did the same voice. That's
funny. Yeah.
Hilarious.
I was just prior to her.
Nailed it.
I nailed it just before her. Oh, we got another one?
There's two more. These ones are only 2 minutes long, though.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. Let's just go into this one. No, this one's easier to go through. We'll take a quick break. This one's just it's just a quick clip of her saying something insane. And then the commentators kind of have some like good points that they're saying. So this one, I'm just gonna play it all the way through. 2 minutes. It's not that big a deal.
They get out of being in this town square is being able to harass people, being able to attack people. There was a time when people had the double hashtags around their names because they were Jewish, and right-wingers were saying, get in the oven anytime you made any benign comment on Twitter. They attacked women. The misogyny was crazy on Twitter for a while. Elon Musk, I guess he misses the old South Africa in the 80s. He wants that back.
I mean, I'd be called right into the office if I said that. Yeah. I'd march myself right down the hallway if I said any of that right there. I mean, really offensive stuff. I think she's talking about apartheid South Africa at the end there. But just to put this into context, so Jeff Bezos, let's be honest. I think that Elon Musk, they had a SpaceX rocket launch up to the International Space Station while we were all sleeping overnight. SpaceX right now is cooler than Blue Origin. Jeff Bezos is just jealous. But Jeff Bezos, he's a billionaire that bought the Washington Post. John Henry, who owns the Red Sox and a little sports network up in Boston, he owns the Boston Globe. Carlos Slim owns the New York Times. Powell Jobs, that's Steve Jobs' widow, she owns The Atlantic. Billionaires have little play toys, okay? Why is Elon Musk any different, Hogan?
Well, he's different because he wants to restore transparency and free speech, as I said. And it's so funny to watch the left melt down, as Allison pointed out on Twitter, is something that's trending, over a billionaire taking over an entity. Right. By the way, not a massive entity. Of course, it's influential, don't get me wrong. But all these other billionaires who control these levers of influence and power, that's a good thing. Go back and look at the headlines when Bezos took over the Washington Post, where democracy, of course, dies in darkness. But now when Elon Musk does it, somehow it's bad. Good point. This whole thing is so transparently hypocritical. People see this. It's a joke. They've been attacking us on these platforms for years, and now we've got one of the levers. So back at you.
Yeah.
What a horrible thing for to try to present. Like, oh yeah, no, Elon Musk he really just misses apartheid Africa.
But that's what they do. It's like you gotta make the person so evil. It's ridiculous. Like, get out.
They have to be Hitler.
They have
right?
to be.
Like they have to be.
Well, look, everything is the end of the world. It's always that way. Everything is so bad. Yeah, I'm so tired of it.
There's no coming back.
Is that all he said?
No. I think it seems to be working. I think it's cutting out from time. All right. Let's. This was posted on Joy Reid's TikTok.
So I want to show you guys for a second what is happening on that other platform that starts with a T and ends in I
don't understand why she won't just say Twitter.
She's just being an idiot.
That's her entire essence.
The person who is purporting to want to purchase the site, Elon Musk, is now individually and personally attacking people who work for the company that he wants to buy and that he apparently intends to buy, to the point where the former CEO of that company, this guy down here, said, "What's going on? You're making an executive at the company you just bought the target of harassment and threats." Because that's what's happening.
She did that herself when she said those things on Joe Rogan. Have you seen that meme?
No.
Let's just back it up like 2 seconds to where it's showing. So this was from the interview that Tim Pool did with her and Jack Dorsey and Joe Rogan. Tim Pool will say, "Here's an example of Twitter's left-wing bias." She responds, "We have to take the context into consideration." Tim Pool says, "Twitter's interpretation of the context is affected by their left-wing bias." She responds, "I would need to see an example of that," and the circle repeats, which is basically what happened there.
Yep.
And Joy Reid's mad that this is being pointed out.
At the company you just bought the target of harassment and threats. Because that's what's happening. Every person that Elon Musk is targeting on social media is now getting harassed and threatened and attacked on Twitter. He's also showing his free speech absolutist credentials right here by blocking.
Free speech is you have the right to say what you want. It is not that I have the obligation to listen.
Right.
This is just stupid.
I know.
It's a red hair. It's like it's not. It's just fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Public citizen. Free speech. Woo. While also taking his cues from what one of Twitter's OG super trolls, somebody who can marshal swarms of far right-wing users, bots, and the like to just swarm attack anyone that he wants. This guy, who now is being amplified by this guy.
Mike Cernovich was instrumental in the Epstein case. Why isn't she introducing him as that? Also, the thing that's being pointed out here is actually pretty damning. I won't get into it, but it's like a lawyer at Twitter literally facilitated fraud in some way, and it's explained.
Yeah, they tried to say that there was by how was it that they had more users?
No. I think this is a different thing for like something else. But he just posts that and he was like, sounds pretty bad, but it's like she refers to Mike Cernovich as this like far right troll, blah blah blah, Nazi type. But this is like one of the guys who was instrumental in exposing Jeffrey Epstein, because he's a lawyer.
Yeah.
Why would you do that if you want the platform to be something other than toxic and repugnant and essentially a hate speech wonderland? Why would you want that? what's pretty clear is that he seems to want that, right? Ever since this announcement that he's buying Twitter, Elon Musk has been spending a lot of time trolling people on Twitter, including people who work at Twitter or lawyers for Twitter. And the minute it happens, they get immediately swarmed by rancid right-wing Twitter trolls. That apparently is what he means by free speech. That is what the right means by free speech, the freedom to troll, to attack, and the idea in their mind that you have to take that abuse, that you are required to take.
Why is like trolling like supposed to be excluded from free speech to these people? You know, like that is free speech.
Mm-hmm. Some people just choose
so
to.
She's acting like this.
Yeah, I'm not saying that I like trolls. I think they're shitty. I mean, they're just
sometimes they're awesome.
Well,
and hilarious.
Well,
you troll the right people. At the
I can
right
say
times. Troll Joy Reid.
Yeah, I can say they're sometimes funny, but most times I just find them fucking. Most trolls I think are sad.
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah, I just think it's a sad thing. You're like consuming yourself with something someone's doing or whatever, and then you're gonna constantly comment and I don't know. I just think it's sad.
Well, it's not really the same as troll.